Hello there, commanders, and welcome back to National Cup. We are in the last match of round 4 between Poland and Spain, and this is our highlight match of the round because both teams currently, Spain is on the 4th place, Poland is in 5th place, and basically this match between them is going to mostly decide who is going to advance from the group stage to the playoff stage, as only the top 4 teams are going out. Obviously, there's still the 5th round to go, and their results in that round will also influence who is going to get out. But whoever wins here will definitely have an advantage in case, for example, of a tiebreaker. So let's quickly remove the fog of war and unnecessary UI elements, and let's see what both teams are up to. Seems like most of their forces are focusing around in the Oasis area. C barely contested by either team, and elephants being pushed over here. Elephants are completely alone here on the left flank, so the Spanish team definitely committing very heavily here on the right flank. The repeating cross is already making a lot of damage, dealing a lot of damage to the Polish team, their sword infantry. The Polish team also elected to pick repeating crossbows for the ranged units and doing the same to the Spanish. The Polish are trying to push through their infantry towards the Spanish repeating crossbow, but they just can't find an opening. And now they're forced to retreat, sending the cavalry around, but that is going to be intercepted by the Spanish cavalry. Wrath of Mars versus Wrath of Mars, both teams going for Scipios as well. But the repeating crossbows of the Spanish team were spotted, and so were the Polish ones, but not for long. There are no cannon there, so no Hans. So playing around vision is going to be crucial, and the Polish team controls mostly the the tall grass area, which means that the repeating crosses of the Spanish team cannot hide in there. Front lines are both slowly dying off, but the Spanish team is closer to their own healing zone over here, so this is an advantage for them. And in terms of HP bars, they're still mostly equal here and there. Both teams have an advantage. Just check up on the other flanks. Some cavalry skirmish here in the center, going for C, that unlocks in 45 seconds. Elephants still chilling. They're contesting B, so they're denying the point gain for the Polish team, which is very good for the Spanish, but now pikes are coming for the elephant on E, so that is going to be difficult for the Spanish team to manage. Now a little bit of an opening here for the repeating crossbows, but the Polish team doesn't go for it, instead eats a rear volley. They're trying to save their own repeating crossbows that now the Spanish team has collapsed onto. The Spanish team, as I said, heavily investing in this flank, pretty much sending everything they have other than elephants and 1 or 2 cavalry units. No, right now at the moment it is everything other than elephants, and even one of the elephants is here. So Spanish, yeah, they're denying the healing zone at the moment. It looks pretty good for them. They're also now they're getting 0 points, as the Polish team is actually contesting D with one of the units. Polish team is also capping E, as the elephant was forced away by pikes, but now he has made back. The other elephant that was contesting B and denying the points from there has been recalled back to E so that he can keep the point for longer in the Spanish possession. Poland is also capturing C, and Spain still hasn't captured A yet. So even though with huge commitment, like they're investing everything they have literally into capturing A, they still haven't done that, and the Polish team is already getting C and is going to get E soon. E is going to be flipped. There we go. So this isn't looking good for the Spanish team. They really need to get A as quickly as possible. And now that they are so close to the healing zone, the Polish team managed to heal up despite the foxes being there and denying the healing. Cavalry coming in as well, trying to deny some of the units that are trying to heal, but it's a little bit too late. The charge is going to largely miss as well. Oh, this is looking really bad for the Spanish team at the moment. Now they are forced to retreat, go back and heal. And well, their attack is just sort of uncoordinated. They have bet on it, on like, okay, let's keep up the pressure, let's try denying the healing zone, let's try getting A while we still can. But well, they couldn't. It was a little bit too slow, or maybe a little bit too fast, but the result is the same. A is not captured, and the Polish team is in control of every other point on the map other than D, obviously, well, as the Spanish team invested literally everything they have over there. So now they will need to regroup. They still have the number advantage over here on this flank. They need to regroup, they need to attack, A, take A, or maybe change their focus. Now they're going for C. C is not protected at all by the Polish team. They do have cavalry over there that can heal up and off on top of the point. But if the Spanish bring a lot of infantry, then that shouldn't be a problem. So let's see, they're changing the priorities. They're going to C, and then after taking C, they can also play to recapture E. That can be their strategy, and trying to control 3 out of 5 points like that. It's still very early in the battle. None of the teams are even above 1000 points, so everything can still happen. And let's see, C unlocks in 5 seconds. Polish team only has cavalry in the area, but the Polish team is also launching a counter-attack onto D. They're saying, okay, if you want to send a lot of forces to C, well, we are just going to counter-attack you on D and you will have to react. So we'll see if the Spanish will be able to buy enough time. C is going to be flipped, but can they stop the cavalry? The cavalry didn't charge, so I guess yes they can, although it did just walk onto the point, but they are going to suffer huge damage because of that. But Polish infantry is in here as well, so the Spanish need to push out the cavalry so that it stops contesting, and then it will be theirs. And at the same time also prevent all the infantry that is trying to make it through. Off is being used just now, maybe it wasn't cooldown, but it is not going to help. That cavalry is dead any second now. Definitely not going to last long, and the infantry is still being held away. And there you go, C captured for the Spanish team. Nice maneuver by them, but they are under a lot of pressure, so they don't have that much room for maneuver. E protected very heavily by the Polish team. Elephants being sent to C from base, and D roughly equal over here, as the Polish team also shifted a lot of their attention towards C. But now that the Spanish team has a healing zone over here that maybe is going to be denied by the Polish pikes, then they will have the advantage over here, as long as they can actually use that healing zone to their advantage. Okay, here on the right flank, cavalry rushing straight onto E, just contesting because there is an infantry unit left over there. Folksmen following them to help with that. Polish infantry getting routed over here. So if the Spanish press the attack over here, they can capture A if that attack is successful. And there we go, that was a little bit of my Spanish accent as well. It was a very failed, weird, random thing that just happened, but whatever. C count is still going on, but now it's actually turning towards the Polish favor. An elephant, just getting an elephant on top of the point is always available. The problem with that though is that the Polish team has repeating crossbows, so the repeating crossbows of the Polish team need to be removed by the Spanish repeating crossbows, so that the Polish repeating crossbows cannot focus on the elephant. Polish cavalry caught out of position over here as they're trying to pull through and find a gap to charge into the repeating crossbows, but the repeating crossbows are just going to dodge, and dogs are going to largely stop that cavalry, although still cavalry charge into dogs deals quite a lot of damage. Now the Spanish are launching the attack onto A, 3 units of infantry for the Polish team on top of it, another one healing up. That is going to be denied by a unit of spears and even 2 elephants. That's a large commitment. And cavalry here, is this unit going to rout? Almost, -1 now. Can it rout? There we go, it routs. There we go, now it's going to suffer a lot of damage. 2 units remaining. Spanish are trying to find the flanks to more efficiently rout and kill the enemy. Okay, C still going pretty equal, but the Spanish are going to be forced sooner or later. This cavalry obviously is Scipio, but I don't know if it has oath available or not. Most likely not. Now it has been hamstrung by the Folksmen, but dogs and spears are incoming. Another triple blob of spears over here, most likely Hannibal. Yep, the Hannibal players very much like their blobs. So once that gets on top of C, that shouldn't be a problem. There we go, dogs already contesting. The spears are going to be there. Ooh, they caught the cavalry as well, but not that much, so the cavalry isn't going to suffer that much casualties. And now contest for A. Polish team has respawned a player over here, so the Spanish need to hold them off, but that is probably, yep, another Hannibal spearman blob, so they can just right click forward, as you can see they are doing, and they can force their way onto the point. But will they be quickly enough? Can they be slowed down? They do have Folksmen available for the Spanish team, so if they use hamstring, the advance of the spears is going to be largely slowed down. They can just blow up. They need to blow up over here and just with sheer mass of their forces, block them off from entering. But they just got on top of the point at the very, very last second. The healing zone is denied though, so as long as the Spanish team manages to kill all of them here, that is going to be alright. And the spears also have suffered quite a lot of damage already by, well, forcing their way through so much. And again, it's a blob, so it also dealt a lot of damage. So the damage here is actually equal. They do have 2 elephants for the Spanish team, and we'll see if they will be able to tip the scales in Spanish team's favor. And the Spanish team is still controlling C, so if the Spanish team controls C and A, they'll have 3 points to the Polish 2. The Polish team, the base is wide open. The units that are here on E could have just ventured into the base and, well, force the Spanish hand to retreat or do something. At the moment, if they're just staying there doing nothing, the Spanish team is very, very happy to accept that, I can tell you that. And here, there we go, Spanish team managed to capture A, and now it is them that is getting ahead of the points. They do have 800 points to get back to, as the Polish team was holding a lot of the points, 4 points even at 1 point. So they do have that 800 points advantage that will be slowly melting away. Now the Polish team is looking to maybe launch an attack either onto the base or onto C from 2 directions, but the same can really happen for them, for the Spanish team. Spanish team is healing up over here after capturing A. They're sending the reinforcements to C. Polish team sort of ignoring the C for the moment, getting their cavalry into the Spanish backline, and now organizing a pincer maneuver. Those repeating crossbows are in a very much trouble if the Polish team realizes that and collapses on them. Instead, they're deciding to collapse onto the infantry that's on C. Dogs are going to intercept the cavalry. Cavalry doesn't use the charge. Ooh, too late. That was a big mistake by the Polish cavalry. So the repeating crossbows are going to get out unscathed after this predicament, but they are insisting of going in there. Hello, you have infantry over here, watch out. I mean, okay, that's a good target. Worth maybe a volley or 2, but yeah, okay, dodging the heavy pillar. Wrath of Mars, ooh, misclick over here, cancelling his own charge. But the Spanish cavalry actually managed to get onto the Polish repeating crossbows, so that's very good for the Spanish team. And now they're holding 3 points to do, but the Polish are capturing the Spanish base at the moment. 6 units inside. Can the Spanish respawn? They do have a lot of people here. Okay, one of them is recalling. The others might just be engaged in melee, so they cannot call back. Repeating crossbows trying to call back. Oh, they are not going to really be able to get on top of the base. Oof, that was close, that was close. Also, spearman unit over here on the respawn zone, so not very convenient for the Spanish team. 9 versus 2 inside the base at the moment. The Spanish team is largely cut off from its own base. They can't really retreat. They need to go through all of this to get from C to the base, and it's already captured over halfway through. 9 versus 5, so the capture is going to slow down. Another elephant is going to make it soon. The Foxmen, though, they cannot make it through, and obviously the repeating crossbows aren't going to do that either. Probably they shouldn't have recalled and just cleared these infantry units to allow the Spanish team to return. 8 versus 3, the capture has almost gone through, like 25% remaining. Let's see if the Spanish team can make it onto the point. Another elephant is going to make it. Repeating crossbows just desperately trying to get on. I think they did. 11 versus 7, 9 versus 7. The capture is going to slow down, but it's so damn close. Still 4 units advantage for the Polish team. Another 3 units of spears. 10 versus 8, 11. It's going back and forth, but the capture is so close. Can they do it? And they did. Okay, yeah. That was looking good for the Spanish team. I think they could have definitely won that battle, but a few mistakes here and there around the base capture. I think they should have not recalled the repeating crossbows. Recalling ranged units in such a scenario is a very bad idea. You should have stayed with the main force and cleared the way for the main force to just conventionally retreat and then recall to the base. And that probably could have saved them the base capture. But well, Polish team, a very nice victory, outmaneuvering the Spanish team in the end. The Spanish very like to commit to one side apparently. Didn't work out for them for this battle. So, well, that's 1-0 for the Polish team, and the Polish team is below the Spanish team at the moment in the standings. So the Spanish team, if they don't make any mistakes next time, or just don't let their base capture and still play as well as they did, they should be able to force a tie and stay ahead in the standings of the Polish team. But if not, if they lose, then the Polish team will get ahead by 1 point, and they will stand on 4 points, and they will take the 4th place. But well, that is coming in 2 days on Sunday, as always. So in the meantime, you can help us bring Total War back to the West, and until then, I'll see you on the arenas, battlefields, commanders.